Never eat more than you can lift. Miss Piggy. This is Mark Bell from SuperTraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. Answering more questions today for the Power Project. Proudly brought to you by HowMuchYouBench.net, The Slingshot, and the only freaking strength magazine in the world, ThePowerMagazine.com. The question for today comes from James Martin, and this question is in regards to losing weight. He's lost 19 pounds in 3 days. He got very sick, lost 19 pounds in 3 days, and is struggling to have his bench press come back the way that he wants to. First thing to keep in mind, whenever you're sick or whenever you have an injury, it's always going to take you a little bit longer to fully come back the way that you think you can. Also, the way that you remember yourself, even though it wasn't even that long ago, you're always going to remember yourself being better than you actually really were. A weird thing, but that's the way it goes. Couple things to keep in mind here. You have to almost start over, not completely. This goes for anyone who has lost a significant amount of weight. What's a significant amount of weight? 20 plus pounds, 30 plus pounds, 40 plus pounds, so on. 50 pounds, you're dealing with what I'm dealing with. And that's a giant shitstorm. It's like eating a shit sandwich without the bread. Anyway, the first thing I would advise you to do with your training is to make small jumps in your training. I say this all the time here at the Power Project. Make small jumps when you're training heavy. I wouldn't even do full maxes for a little while due to the depression that it can cause. I'm very serious about that. I would instead, every other week, I would employ the Donnie Thompson method that he does for his squats. He does 5 sets of 2, where he starts at about 60%, and he adds about 20 pounds per set. Now for you, on the bench press in particular, it might only mean that you're adding 10 pounds per set or 15 pounds per set, but make it work to your favor. Make it work so that the fifth set of 2 is not something that's going to crush you. Make it something that you know you can do. After that, I would advise throwing on your slingshot. You said you got a slinger, so throw on a slingshot and do a few more doubles, maybe about 3 more doubles. Again, adding about 10 to 20 pounds. You're going to get in like 10 sets of 2 with some pretty strong work, all the work being above the 60% range. It's also time to clean some things up. Make sure your butt's not coming off the bench. The simple things. Make sure you're hammering some of those details because your strength is off right now, dude. So while your strength is off, let's just take a step back and let's clean up all the bullshit that was possibly going on before. I don't know what your training looked like before, but let's throw in some pauses in there as well. So every other week I would do the 5 sets of 2, then I'd work up a little bit in the slingshot. The in-between weeks, I would flip-flop back and forth between the repetition effort method. Boy, it's getting dark out here fast. Can't pick up quite enough light here. Good thing I'm not black. Although some of you think I'm black with my rhymes. So anyway, I better get going here before it gets too dark. But in between weeks, do speed work 1 week and repetition effort method the next. So you're going to flip-flop back and forth between a max effort movement and on your... here comes the train. Very annoying, that train. And on the other training session, it's going to be a repetition effort method or a dynamic effort method. And just bench press once a week for now. Your other training for your bench press is just going to be dumbbells and assistance work, all the accessory work. Make sure you're getting all that stuff in so you can train the bench twice a week, but you're only going to train the flat bench barbell movement 1 time per week for now. Do that over the next about 2 months or so. So the next 8 weeks, that's what you're going to be doing. Again, one more time to reiterate, week 1, you're going to do Thompson effort method, 5 sets of 2, adding about 10 to 20 pounds per set, depending on strength level, starting at about 60%. The next week, you're going to pick a speed workout or a repetition effort workout The following week, you're going to go back to the Thompson workout again. The week after that, you're going to go back to picking either reps or dynamic, depending on what you picked in your other in-between week. So anybody out there that's losing significant poundage, always take a couple steps back. Realize you got to take a couple steps back before you can again move forward. Take your time and try to clean up some of the mistakes that you've had in the past. Don't worry about the weights. Do not worry about the weights that are on the bar. Worry about improving yourself for now. Whenever you get sick, whenever you get hurt, it's going to take you a long time to recover fully and to recuperate. I would know because I was wiped out by 1,085, and here we are about 6 months, 7 months later, still not fully recovered from that shit. Strength is never a weakness, and that is it from supertraining.tv. Later.